Welcome back, guys. It's a good boy, Blaine, the Australian Shepherd. And unfortunately, whenever I was trying to record the Virginia North Carolina game, it kept giving me these weird static noises throughout the video. So I'm going to switch things up a little bit. I got a new headset as well, if you couldn't tell. But moving on, I will still give a run through of both of these teams' rosters, and then I'll show you guys a recap of who won, what happened, and some of the highlights while I'm at it. And after that, I'll also show you guys the standings to see how the other teams in this experiment are doing.
So I'm just going to cut right to the chase. The Virginia team will be on the Washington football team, now known as the Commanders. So the starting quarterback is Russell Wilson. They got Tyrod Taylor and Mike Glennon. Pretty iconic quarterback room, if you ask me. Then the running backs, not so much. You got Trenton Cannon, CJ Prosise, and Trey Edmonds. The fullback, we don't have one. The receivers got Greg Dortch, Travis Fulgham, Deshaun Hamilton, and Joe Reed. The tight ends are going to be Logan Thomas, Mo Alley Cox, James Mitchell, then Thomas Hennessy will be our long snapper. Going over to the offensive line, we got Mekhi Becton, Dwayne Brown, Josh Wells, Quentin Spain, Aaron Stinney, Kyle Long, Wyatt Teller, Bobby Massey, and Morgan Moses. Then defensive line, we got Carlos Basham, aka Boogie Basham, whichever you prefer. Then Deshaun Hand, Josh Sweat, Dietrich Wise, and Ito Gross Matos. The defensive tackles, you got Jonathan Allen, Derek Noddy, Tim Settle, Kobe Turner, and Andrew Brown. Then those linebackers, those hitters, man, they got Daryl Taylor, Patrick Jones, Brandon Smith, Tremaine Edmonds, Oren Burks, and then Jeremiah Owusu-Koroma will be on that right side, along with Cullen Farrell and Terrell Basham. Then the secondary, those corners, it's kind of We got Carlton Davis of the Buccaneers, then Maurice Kennedy, Greg Stroman, Catrell Clark, and MJ Stewart. The safeties got Juan Thornhill, DeAndre Houston Carson, Anthony Harris, Terrell Edmonds, Kayvon Wallace. The kickers are going to have Joey Sly. And the punter will be Jordan Stout. We're going to see if everyone on the practice squad here. I'm pretty sure Gary Jennings is. And then we got Felton Davis, Justin School, Daz Newsome, Tim Harris, Josh Ball, Cole Christensen, Bobby Price, and Trace McSorley. He will not, in fact, be throwing on a dime today.
And of course, now we got the North Carolina roster. Starting with Daniel Jones as starting quarterback, and then Hendon Hooker and Sam Howell will be the backups. The running backs will be led by Javonte Williams, and then with Naeem Hines, who sorry with an injury, by the way, I heard about that. And then Zonathan Knight and Zamir White. And then honorable mention, Jeremiah Halls at fullback actually got a shot with the Giants. And then the receiving core, they got Keenan Allen, Jamison Crowder, Braxton Berrios, Giammi Brown, and Kendall Hinton. And again, the reason why I didn't include Jeremiah Hall is because Jimmy Graham just came back into the NFL. He is reunited with the Saints. I don't know how long it's going to last, though, but he's there for now. And then Brenton Strange and Nick Muse will be there as well. Then going to the offensive line, we got Ikem Ekwonu, Brandon Parker, Landon Dickerson, Tyler Shatley, Nick Saldiveri, Garrett Bradbury, Phil Haynes, Olesai Maeka Udo, and then DJ Humphreys and Kendall Lamb will be at the right tackle spot. The defensive line here, North Carolina, they're really stacked. I mean, they got Danico Autry, Taekwon Lewis, Jerron Reed, Keon White, and then we go to those defensive tackles. I mean, Dexter Lawrence, DJ Reader, Javon Hargrave, BJ Hill, Jordan Davis. All of them are starting caliber in this league. And then the linebackers, there's Melvin Ingram, Akeem Davis Gaither, Jermaine Pratt, Divine Diablo, Trenton Simpson, and then Alex Highsmith and Harold Landry. Then the corners, we got Jair Alexander, the second best corner of the game at the moment, and then Emmanuel Mosley, Mike Hughes, Caleb Farley, Keon Crossan, and Joshua Williams. And the safeties are Matthias Farley, Miles Dorn, Justin Burris, and Hamza Nasiruddin. Yeah, I don't know why there's not more safety talent in North Carolina, but anyways, the kicker is recently released Ryan Suckup, and puncher is Bradley Pinion. And then, of course, could just mention the practice squad real fast. We got Ugly McNeil, Lamont Galliard, Tanner Muse, Cornell Powell, Derek Young, Garrett Williams, Larry Roundtree, Rico Dowdle, Chaz Surratt, Blake Prohl, Mac McCain, and Will Greer. To give you a quick recap of this one, going into this first half, I mean, Virginia just completely shut down the offense, the North Carolina offense, but they couldn't do much for themselves, only being up 6-0. Then, right as the third quarter is about to begin, boom! This amazing pick six by Jair Alexander as he takes it to the crib. Then literally like 3 plays later, bam! Jair Alexander gets it again, really making Russell Wilson look like a dunce. And of course, Jeremiah Hall cashed in the only touchdown for North Carolina's offense. Virginia put up a little fight by tying things up later in the third quarter, but North Carolina just casually got 2 more field goals, one thanks to an interception by Jermaine Pratt. And with less than 2 minutes left, Russell Wilson got one more opportunity to get a touchdown to win, and you guessed it, he threw the game away, Mike Hughes putting the icing on the cake. So again, the final score was 20-14. Just to see the stats here, Daniel Jones, neither team was really that good. I mean, again, just to see he went 23-33, so 69% completion ratings, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And again, Russell Wilson, he ultimately ended up throwing 5 interceptions, which I don't even know if he's ever done that in real life. I mean, damn. Let's just see who all got them. Again, it was so the only one I didn't mention was Caleb Farley also got one in one point in time during the game, so that happened. And now that game's out of the way, let's take a look at the standings, shall we? Yeah, the Florida team is leading the AFC side, obviously, with 11 wins, only 1 loss, which you saw that was to Georgia. My folks over in Texas, don't you worry, you will be featured soon. I promise. But anyways, the Texas team has 9 wins and 2 losses. Ohio is 8-4. Mississippi is 7-4. The Mountain West team is 7-4. And then the Tennessee team is 7-5. And Pennsylvania is 6-5 as well. And then New Jersey's 5-6. Kentucky, West Virginia is 4-7. Utah, Nevada is 4-7, and Kansas, Missouri is 4-7. And South Carolina, I mean, they've really been on the downfall since that one win against Mississippi. It's just a mess. And Cali C team, I will feature them eventually, but yeah, they don't have any expectations. And then New England is 3-9. The Indiana team is 2-10, and Maryland is 2-9, surprisingly. Then the NFC, I mean, it's a really tight race within top 4. Really, I mean, the California A team is 9-2, the Louisiana is 9-2, mostly Minnesota is now 9-2, along with, of course, Iowa, North and South Dakota, and then Georgia is 9-2. Alabama is close behind to 8-3. Then, of course, the Cali B team is in the thick of things with a 7-4 record, and then, of course, going down to the 7 seed, we got North Carolina, and then it's sort of a toss-up right now between Virginia and the Washington-Oregon team for that 8 spot. We'll see who gets it. There's the Illinois team, and then New York, Oklahoma, Arkansas team. They're all in a stretch of 5-6. And then the international team is 4-7. You will get to see them in the next episode going against the New York team, so just be prepared for that matchup. And then Wisconsin, unfortunately, is 4-8. The mostly Arizona team, along with a couple guys from Hawaii and New Mexico, they are 3-7-1. And then the Michigan team is 2-9. I'm so sorry for my friends in Michigan. So essentially, how it's all going to go down, whenever the all the teams get featured, we'll get to 16 weeks, and then after that, we're going to have a little season finale here, a little postseason, if you will, to really get an idea of like who the best state is in terms of who has the best football players. And it's going to be half of the teams make it to this tournament. So if you're the first seed to the 8th seed, you're in. If you're 9th and below, you're out. Sorry, you're not being featured again. But again, there will be 2 different brackets. There'll be the AFC and the NFC bracket, of course. First seed, 8th seed, second seed, 7th seed, third seed, 6th seed, 4th seed, 5th seed. It's just going to be it's just a traditional bracket, and that's just ultimately how it'll go for the last episode. That will be played on Madden 24, but until then, all the games are going to be on this Madden 22 season. Honestly, that about wraps this one up. Go on ahead and like and subscribe. Like, I mean, really, if you enjoy, like, and if you're making it this far with NFL content on a furry YouTube channel, like, really, thank you guys so much. Like, you're freaking based for that. Like, I don't know many people who would, who, in the furry fandom, who would go out and just watch this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So, anyways, stay tuned for more furry content as well. But the next one, though, international, New York,